We're starting a podcast. This is my dad, John. And pretty much, I kind of wrote down just introduction because I wanted to talk about why I wanted to do it. Because we talk about this stuff pretty much all the time, just like all the time off camera. And one day we'll get Hayden in here too because Hayden's my brother, and dude, we'll be at dinner or we'll just be hanging out with Dad, and we'll spark up a conversation about movies, especially about Marvel, DC, anything like that. And
it always seems to just take over the night.
Yeah. So as soon as it gets brought up, it's like just
people chiming in
2 hours late, 2 hours later, and it's like, well, all right, I'll see you later, and then we just end up going home. But he's right, it takes up the entire night, especially
no matter who's all there. Too, man. Birthday parties with everybody.
Yeah. People have no idea what we're talking about, but we'll be in big group settings, and then Hayden and I will ask a question, and one of the segments we'll do
geeking out.
Yeah, just straight geeking out. One of the question segments too is something that was an obvious one. It was a who would win.
Yeah.
I don't have anything. We won't do that today, but we'll do that next week for next week's pod episode. But that's pretty much what starts it.
Yeah, that's what we need to get into some of those who v who and just like get just crazy characters, like really
the ones that people don't think of, like the ones that people don't think about a lot.
Yeah.
And another reason too. The last couple weeks I was trying to see because I've been wanting to do this for a little bit. But I was asking my friends, and I was asking people like, hey, does anyone want to do a podcast? Like, I love movies, I love being a nerd, and I love talking about this stuff. And some people are down, some people want to come on as guests, which is cool and all that. But like, I thought about it, and I was like, man, why don't I just do it with my dad? Because I also thought it'd be fun too, Dad, because like we kind of get both perspectives of the modern day. My opinion on today's modern day stuff, and then versus you who grew up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and has read a lot of the books and has read a lot of the comics. And like, because I know for a fact, whenever we go see a movie, like especially a Marvel movie, I know immediately you're kind of comparing it to how maybe that character was written back in the day,
and all of
the
that.
canon, how the character was written, how the actor portrays the character, and all that stuff. And I think it's cool. And I don't see a lot of father-son content like this, and I think it's cool that we kind of get both perspectives, and you guys kind of see how me, 24, look at movies and look at Marvel characters and stuff, DC characters, versus how my dad sees it as how it was written growing up. It's funny because my dad growing up was one of those like nerd athlete hybrids where like he was an athlete in school, but then straight geek outside of that when it comes to the comics and all that stuff. When it comes to superheroes and not even just that, like
Star Wars.
Star Wars is huge. My dad's huge on all that. Which is another thing too I want to talk about. I'm actually starting every week. I'm going to rewatch a Star Wars movie. I haven't seen them in a long time, so I'm going to rewatch a Star Wars movie, and I'm going to pretty much give my opinion on it, on if I liked it or not, what I kind of give it, and because I want to be keen on all that. I want to be caught up on all that because I haven't watched them since I was like, however old I was. I mean, years and years and years ago, because that's kind of what started the fuel for me and Hayden. Growing up in Dad's house, something was always on the TV, and it was almost like it was instilled in us by nature to one day appreciate and enjoy these types of things, these types of movies and stuff, just because it was always around us. It was always surrounding. Like you can see, everything that my dad has in his room, and there's stuff behind the camera too that you guys don't see. That's just,
it's my world, man.
It's the geek man cave. It's everything that Dad loves and appreciates that I've grown up to love and appreciate, and so I'm excited.
I think that this will be really good too, because I don't have a problem admitting I see a lot of detailed criticism and things, and that's okay. I come from a very primitive. We didn't have the CGI. We didn't have the things. I mean, even when I first saw, we can go as far back as Transformers. It melted my brain. I come from, Star Wars, what they call practical effects, actually using miniatures and toys and stuff like that. Now, that was just mind-boggling how they did that. Now everything is at the touch of a keyboard,
Right. Yeah.
So there's just, that's why the world of fantasy comic book movies in general has just opened wide open, man, and it just cracks me up, the negative criticism that we see and hear a lot on these, when it's just fun stuff,
Yeah.
man. It is
Yeah.
fun stuff. People my age who grew up with everything. We know that the Voltron movie is coming. We see these things that are these movies, these projects that are coming out from just even the toys
Right.
that we had,
Right.
And I don't think that there's even appreciation for the toys. And maybe we could talk about that sometime.
Hmm.
But the toys now that kids have versus then,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we should do a really good deep look at some of the 80s toys because I
Yeah.
see that stuff on some of my feeds and it cracks me up that these R-rated movies, man, not to go off on a tangent, but these R-rated movies, had toy lines out for the kids,
Yeah.
Rambo
Yeah.
and things like
Yeah.
that, man.
Kids were buying toys like, yeah, that's funny.
I mean,
Yeah.
so just all that to say that I come at it at a very primitive sort of just look at the fun of it. And of course, man, there's weak writing and there's different things and whatever, and we'll have fun talking about that. But
Right.
I think it'll be fun, and I think that I just bring that old crusty perspective, and I
Right.
think it'll be fun.
The very just the
Yeah.
the point of order perspective.
Yeah.
There's a running joke with Dad where like we'll ask him a question or we'll say something that we think is like, we'll talk about a character and then he'll make this joke where he'll go point of order and he'll correct us on how it's actually supposed to be written or how the character is actually supposed to be what they do. It's so funny, and we'll definitely get into some of those at some point. But yeah, no, I think it's cool, because I know my opinion on things and my view on things is nothing like yours because you've read and seen a lot more. It's funny though that when you mentioned the practical effects, dude, there's so many mixed opinions on people that like hate CGI. Like they hate it. And they're like, we need more practical effects because it's more raw and it's more original. And I'm like, I mean, to an extent, I don't blame you, but like, dude, how would you ever do 2007 Transformers practically?
I mean, what
it would
are
be
you gonna
impossible.
do? Grab a toy and
what do they call it? When they frame by frame,
stop motion.
Stop motion.
It take 20 minutes just to transform Optimus Prime. To
do an eighth of a scene, it would take so long to do a stop motion. Yeah, which obviously that's probably a little bit different because Transformers obviously requires so much. I mean, but
sure.
But that kind of CGI, back then was like you said, dude. It melted people's brains seeing. And
there was plenty before that too, but
right.
I just bring up Transformers because I mean that scene where Prime just rolls up and dude, it was something.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like I was just a kid again watching the cartoon and everything, it just was amazing how they did that.
Was 2007 Transformers and I haven't done my homework. And I rewatched all of them not too long. I say that like maybe about a year or so ago when you were still living at the other house. It was when we got snowed in for like a week during an ice storm. I rewatched all of them, and I might do it again because I want to. Eventually, we'll do rankings on those kind of stuff. But
sure.
But like was 07 when that first one came out by Michael Bay the first live action that we had seen, or since the cartoons or since any animation, or was there ever like a live action Transformers before that I haven't seen? Was that the first one that was truly brought to the big screen? That was just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, before that you had the 86, I think it's 86, the Transformers, the movie, the cartoon movie, and
which is phenomenal. I've watched it. Which is something that I watched as a kid in the house because you put it on and Is that the you got the touch?
Yeah,
dude, so
the music
good,
and
dude.
that theme song.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
so good. Did you see Transformers 1? The most recent animated kind of one that came out.
Oh, the one with Hemsworth?
I never saw it. Was it Hemsworth?
Yeah.
It was the most recent one that came out, but it was animated.
Yeah.
Was that good?
It's good. It takes a different look at some of the leadership. It took a little bit of changes a little bit of the lore, a little bit of how he became a Prime and Megatron became who he was and different things. I mean, it's not a bad take.
Yeah.
But just kind of different, almost as silly as it sounds, kind of humanizes both of them quite a bit, as far as who they were in that society. And there's different things that could be taken away from that, that is a real good reflection on society. But yeah, it was a good movie though.
Right. Yeah. I need to watch that. I've only ever seen the live action and then that one cartoon movie from the 80s and then Bumblebee, of course. I've seen all those and I like that one too with Haley Steinfeld. Or that's not her name. Is it Haley Steinfeld?
I thought it
Haley
was
Steinfeld or something.
Steinfeld, something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that one with her, and I thought it
Yeah.
was pretty good. That wasn't even on the notes. We just kind of got off on the Transformers thing. But the second thing, or pretty much one of the main things I wanted to talk about, was Daredevil. I've been coming over to my dad's house. This is where we are, around my dad's house. I've been coming over here every Tuesday. And we've been watching. As soon as 8 o'clock hits, man, we start watching it. We've just the show, and so far, it's been pretty good. I mean, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. We saw the last episode, episode 5. Also, I mean, we're gonna get into like spoilers. It's been almost a week. If you haven't seen it by now, that's your fault. But episode 4 with the opening diner scene was just
Yeah.
one of the baddest scenes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so nasty.
Yeah.
But that was tough. But and we even said this last episode, I remember we finished it and Dad was like, "Well, that was boring." Which it kind of was. There wasn't a lot of action in it. I mean, of maybe the storytelling was pretty good. I like the way that it flickered back and forth between like them when they just were becoming lawyers and stuff. And,
bringing
they were
a lot of Foggy back and stuff
yeah,
like
Foggy
that.
back,
Yeah.
and they kind of kept the what's the word? They kept the that moral principle the same. He like Foggy was trying to keep that dude out of prison regardless if he was innocent or guilty because he knew him. And
He knew him.
And then with Daredevil carrying Bullseye everywhere, he was like not gonna let him die. And so that kind of moral compass thing was pretty cool seeing both of those. There just wasn't a lot of action in it. It was kind of a boring episode, which every show has.
Yeah, you got those buffer episodes or however you want to call it, but it is what it is.
It's definitely a step up from season 1 though. I don't know if you remember anything about it because I watched it recently, like within the last month or so. And season 1 was pretty good. It gets a lot of hate online. Especially I probably because I don't know if you remember season 3, but people say season 3 is like one of the greatest, like the Netflix season 3 is like one of the greatest pieces of superhero television ever, with Bullseye's introduction and Kingpin and all that. Dude, his suit this season though looks so good.
Bullseye?
Well, I was talking about Daredevil. Both of them.
Daredevils, yeah.
Daredevil's is just nasty, and now it's starting to show the more red, which is so cool. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and there was something that I saw too, where they're talking that has a little bit of symbolism to it, like they were in the hiding, and more the red's coming out from the fight to bring everything to light, so to speak, and really start to show and prove just how the Kingpin really is, because he's just got New York snowed, man. Got him fooled, man. So I'm excited to see just how far this is gonna go.
Yeah, I'm stoked to see what happens at the end. I think it was Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio. They were in an interview and they were like, dude, because the interview asked them a question and they were like, the last 2 episodes were like blow your freaking mind. They're like, it's the greatest. And I think even Wilson Bethel, Bullseye's character, was kind of talking about it too at some point. And I saw him in an interview. He wasn't like dissing it, but he was like, "Yeah, we got Born Again." He was like, "We had season 1," and he was like, "It was alright," and he was like, "We just really needed to do something like different. We needed to come out and like come out with a bang this season for this season." And he's been talking about how proud that they are of the show and everything. And dude, and it's funny too. And I don't know if I told you this, but when I watched the Netflix series, I finished season 3 and I went to church. I think that was that following Sunday, and I told Zach, and I don't know if I told Michael. I think I told Michael, but I was like, dude, Bullseye sucks. And I was like, I said a guy that throws straight. I'm like, is that like the laziest villain concept of all time? And they were clowning me for it, and they were like, dude, you're an idiot. And I was like, whatever. And then I thought about it, and I was like, well, I mean, we have Hawkeye, and it's not like he's any different. He's just a hero. And but dude, this season has like really made me be like, yo, Bullseye's that guy. Yeah. And I flipped immediately after that first. It was really after the first few episodes, and then episode 4, I was like, yo, he might be one of the greatest villains ever. Especially, what was it, episode 2 or 3, when you see him jump down from the elevator? Because that was the week that I was sick, and we were texting about it. And you got to the part before me, and you texted me, and you were like, dude, you were like, dude, his suit is so sick. And I was like, dude, I'm not there yet. But then when he jumped down, and then he's got the like tactical like gun holster with the ski mask, and then I like how the Bullseye is not white. It's like the like a reflective almost on the head.
Yeah.
And then, dude, it's just so sick.
And he's got the rings, and if you look at the book,
He's got
Bullseye,
the same thing.
Yeah,
a lot of people, I saw people complaining on the internet though recently that they didn't like it because apparently something about Bullseye in the comics was his mouth was visible, and something about his smile was always kind of prominent, or it was always kind of like there in the books because it kind of showed how evil he was and how he was like always happy to be like kind of killing and doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
Which that's cool, but like I don't think that would have looked good on a person per se. I think the whole like only the eyes, like a ski mask thing, looks about as good as you can get it.
I think you had the classic where it just kind of came down in the mouth, and then you had basically eye holes. I think.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think that's what he had. So almost cowl-like, but it's still material. So I don't know. I mean, I would imagine with the right material, they could probably do it without having to make it like something, hard or whatever the case,
it's just hard because of people's face shapes. I think like if you don't have the face for it, because dude, like Ben Affleck's awesome, but dude, you look at Ben Affleck in his suit and you're like, dude, can he breathe? Like, I don't know if they just didn't make the cowl big enough, but like he looks like he's struggling to breathe in it because of how kind of thick in the face he is. You know what I mean? Which I mean, his suit's fire, but I'm just saying like maybe it depends on kind of how they probably tried it during like fittings and stuff. They probably tried to be as accurate as possible, and then once they stumbled across the ski mask with the eye cut out and just that, they were like, yeah, that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've got to have good function, man. I mean, one of these times when we talk, if we get onto it, but without getting off too much, but man, the stories of the Keaton Batman cowl and everything, and how he looks in the movie. Same thing with Bale. I don't think Bale looks good at all.
I don't think it looks good at all.
Yeah, I mean, his mouth has that kind of a pucker kind of thing to it and everything.
Well, his neck thing comes up all the way to his chin, and then it's like almost, this right here.
Yeah,
and it just doesn't. And I just don't think that looks good at all.
Yeah, no. My favorite Batman cowl still is going to be. I like short ears. I like the short ear Affleck.
Yeah, you've always been a short ear guy.
Always like
short ear, big bat. That was always you. Short ear with the big bat. Yeah.
Well, at least I'll say big bat, but also a bat that shows up, like the Keaton bat symbol. Again, not to go off on too much, but man, that yellow, that was where you saw the yellow.
Oh yeah, the yellow like just oval symbol.
Oval symbol. That was prime in my opinion.
Who was I saw someone ranking Batman suits the other day. Dude, whose Batman suit had like nipples?
That was if I'm correct, Val Kilmer's.
Dude, that was awful.
And what is that? Was that Batman Forever? I don't know. It was the one.
It was real chrome looking. Kinda, you know what I mean?
Well, they changed it out. He changed suits when it was like, no, was it him? Or man, dude, I've got to retrack all that because but it was the Kilmer one with nipples.
So funny looking, dude. Yeah. So funny. Because wasn't how many movies did he have?
Kilmer?
Yeah.
He just had the one, and it was the one with
was the one with Nightwing? Or was that a different one?
No. There's no Nightwing yet, any of the movies, but there was I think the first one was the oh man, dude, now I'm getting off track. But that was the one where he was going against Riddler, Jim Carrey, and then Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh.
Yeah. That was that one.
I've never seen those. I haven't seen anything before. Before Christian Bale's series.
Yeah. I always get the movies with him and Clooney because Clooney had Robin too. Both of those did have Robin.
That was it. Yeah.
Did have Chris O'Connell with his Robin, and then the Clooney one I think had the Alicia Silverstone that came in. That girl. Anyway.
Yeah, just that was a little tangent on Batman, but but so far I've really enjoyed Born Again season 2. It's definitely been better than the first one. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last episode was pretty good. It was okay. Just it's one of those fillers. I don't know how I feel, dude. People were thinking that I don't know. People were thinking that Buck was gonna kill Daniel at some point. Which that whole lead up, because he's taking him. He walks out of that maintenance store or whatever with a chainsaw and like a shovel or something. And Daniel sees him. He's like, dude, I'm dead.
Yeah.
And he was like, bro, I swear I didn't say anything. And then when they open up the trunk, I need to rewatch it, because I doubt you did too, rewatch it. But like, I don't know who that is in the bag. because what were we talking about? We were saying like if it's the same guy
Yeah.
that was in the flashback from like years ago.
Yeah, he was on deep freeze, or
Yeah,
I mean, he'd be pudding by now.
But
Man,
but like even then, like
yeah,
I don't know why, but why would they recently kill him? You know,
Yeah.
say he got away, and because I think he was in contact with his brother or his buddy or something, and he escaped because Foggy gave him that money and he
Oh,
left.
that's right.
Foggy gave him the money and he left and he took off.
Mhm.
So, you know, and then Buck busted through the door in his apartment, couldn't find him.
Yeah.
He's gone. And so, you know, fast forward however many years later till we are where we are. Why would like he kill him now? Like,
Yeah.
why would he go out of his way to go kill him like years later? So maybe that'll be explained. And it might not even be him, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
they showed a dead guy right after they've been showing the flashbacks of Buck trying to go kill
Yeah.
that other guy. So it's like, you know, who else would it be?
Yeah.
But they'll probably explain it, you know, obviously, and you know, later on and stuff. And
Well, Buck's background and everything, you know, with you know what,
Being in the
he was
military
like
or
some,
something.
yeah, I don't know if it was SAS or something like that or whatever's, but I mean, obviously they got him. The dude's got some skills.
yeah, well,
You know,
yeah, because remember,
that quick draw on them
from
two
the
CIA guys.
Yeah. When they were with oh my gosh, I forgot Matthew Lillard's character's name.
Yeah,
I think Charles or something or
I just
whatever.
call it CIA guy.
Yeah. When he quick like
Yeah.
bro, you were like, because that was when you said something. You made a comment and you're like, dude, what is he or something?
Yeah.
Because we were like, there's no way he's just
He beat the draw on those
Popping 'em like
guys
that.
with automatic weapons on the ready too.
Right.
He still beat that draw and pulled a pistol from under his suit jacket.
Yeah,
I'm like, come
yeah.
on now. Okay.
I mean, if you're doing that with a pistol, man. Like,
Yeah.
And then that's when in the next episode they explained his background. And because that was when they were showing the flashback with Wesley.
Yeah.
And that's when Wesley called him, and then they started touching up on his background and stuff on who he is and
Yeah.
how he worked for something in the military, I assume, something crazy like that.
I have a feeling though that Buck, he's trying to I think Buck has suspicions, and I think Buck, I don't know if he necessarily directly suspects, what's the kid's name again?
Daniel. Yeah.
But I think that he is just that loyal to Kingpin that he is just like everybody's a suspect.
Right.
You know, and with the connections that Daniel has, and everybody knows that he's tight with that
BB.
with
that girl.
BB, you know.
I don't think Daniel knows. Well, I guess after he told her about Vanessa's condition and then boom, it was on the news. I think that might have been the first thing where he's like,
yeah,
she could be kind of behind the scenes, because you know she's running that whole like YouTube parody Kingpin troll, you know, channel. So like I don't know if he necessarily suspects it completely yet, but like I think he's gonna find out sooner or later, especially after she ratted Vanessa's thing, because dude, he put his whole life at risk doing that.
Yeah.
And that's why he started freaking out, and he thought Buck was gonna kill him, because he was like, oh shoot, like he might have found out that I told BB about Vanessa and all this. That was okay. That also kind of bothered me too about that episode, was like, and we were talking about it like as we were watching it, we were like, okay, you know, they did the surgery and then she's awake, and they even had her like gauzed up, like it went well, and then he's at the bed, and then what they like then take her back for another surgery, and then we're like, was she not just stabilizing? Like, was she not just stable in there? Then she comes back in, surgery went well per the doctor. Boom, dementia or something, because she like was talking about the pineapple juice and he was like, you don't like that at all. And then she kept asking the same question over and over again. And then it was like, oh shoot, like maybe she's like losing her memory because of this. And then she like coded. And I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like I understand the whole keep you on your edge of your seat, what's gonna happen. But like, dude, I don't know. They should have just flat out ended her like right then and there. There was too much back and forth, and I was like,
I
and if she stays alive after this, dude, the show is still going to be good, but like that's a pretty weak like subplot thing.
Did they leave it? I forgot. Did
they ended it with them like charging her like clear, like they ended that episode of them like trying to I guess resuscitate her or something. But like, you know, man, and then I think the episode ended, I think, at that part. So, you know, obviously we're like, is she dead? Is she alive? And I'm like, if she somehow makes it out of this after literally everything that had just happened within the last 20 minutes, it's like, that's just so dumb. I think there's just, if she stays alive, bro, they were way too scared to kill her off. But I think killing her off would have made it so much better than this whole back and forth, like, surgery, she's good. Surgery, she's good. Oh no, dementia. Oh no, she coded. Oh, no, like all this stuff. I'm like, dude, just kill her off. Like, I don't understand why we're just.
Well, I'm actually this season. I'm trying to still track a little bit what her validity is with this season too, because I know and I've seen all of the back and forth, and you know, man, that what was that first season where the guy that she had an affair with or something like that. He had him down in the cage.
And they kept him downstairs in the dungeon,
dude, in a cage. I mean, I get it. That, you know, she had maybe some deeper storylines and stuff like that, but all I've seen this season is that she's the one that can wrangle him in, calm him down, whatever, make him kind of think a little bit, yada yada yada. So that's why I was thinking, okay, if they kill her off, man, he's just gonna snap, just go straight
crazy
Kingpin, and just turn into what we know of as the Kingpin.
Right.
You know? I mean, plain and simple.
And also too, you know, remember she went to go talk to the governor, and they're talking, and the governor was basically like, yeah, I'll help you guys, but like, I'm not helping Wilson, like I'm helping you.
Yeah.
So like, there was some sort of deal that was made because the governor was like, I do not agree with the way Wilson is like handling any of this. And then Vanessa kind of talked to her a little bit or something, and then she was like, okay, like I'm willing to help you, but I'm not willing to help him, or like I'm willing to help him if only you're involved or something. So they came to some sort of agreement to pretty much corrupt her, I guess, in a way, to like help with whatever whatever Kingpin has planned. But now if she's dead though, then that kind of like ruins that, because she's not going to help if she's not around and if she's dead. So but you know, to your point, it would be good to like have her dead and then have Kingpin just go crazy.
That's the catalyst, you know, to him, you know. And I don't know, I like the complexity of his character in this, because it's like, I don't know if there maybe is a little bit of a duality of him wanting to be, oh man, you know, that I think in his mind he really thinks he's doing what's the best, you know,
dude, because he's nuts,
because he's just
he's crazy,
you know,
like Bullseye's crazy, but like Kingpin's like a dictator,
but he's
crazy.
Like deviously crazy, like you know, his methods and everything are to accomplish the mission, which is, you know, just control, you know?
Just straight control,
because from the very get-go, man, that his assistant, that one lady who was like, every time you look at her, man, she's like, what is this guy doing, you know, and stuff like that. And then you get the guys, these sycophants like Daniel and stuff, that are just doing nothing but just kissing his tail,
brown nosing and like doing everything that he wants them to do, or like, you know,
I saw something where they think he's going to be the Rose.
Yeah, you said that to me.
In the books, it's Fisk's son, if I'm correct, that turns into the Rose. And
what is the Rose?
It's like some type of masked, wears a suit and kind of mask and wears a rose, and I guess he's kind of like a Kingpin type character, you know, no powers, no nothing, just crime boss kind of stuff. And I don't know,
mob boss kind of thing.
I don't know, but they were talking about Daniel potentially doing that. So, you know, again, another alteration, you know, to the original narrative. But you know,
that's funny too, because Daniel, like I told you, I texted you this the other day, Daniel, like the actor that plays Daniel, his dad is Tony Soprano.
Tony Soprano.
I thought that was pretty funny, and I had no idea about that either. And then there's like and I bet they did that on purpose, because there are a couple scenes where Daniel's shirt's unbuttoned and he's got chest hair showing with like a chain, and I'm like, they're definitely doing that on purpose, because he looks just like his dad.
But I'll tell you, I give it to Daniel, man, because he started the car up when Buck went into the hardware store.
Yeah.
And he turned it right off. He said, no, I'm going to take this. I'm going to face this, because, you know, he
was trying so hard. Like he was fighting for his life. Like he wanted to leave so bad.
He was, I couldn't even imagine what he was feeling.
Yeah. That's a crazy,
but it didn't help.
Especially knowing that that he's in the wrong, you know, for talking. Yeah. So like he even knew, like, I know I'm in the wrong, but do I need to face this head on, or do I just dip? Yeah. And you see him turn it on and just turn it off, and he was like, I just gotta.
It didn't help that Buck was acting like a goon and then tricked him when they popped the trunk. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That
didn't help either.
I have a feeling Buck's gonna have a really rough ending.
You think so, for real? I don't know.
Who knows, man?
They killed Wesley, which was Wesley was season 1 Daredevil
Okay.
of the original Netflix show. That was basically the buck at the time. And then
Yeah.
Karen Page put like 6 in him,
I
killed
didn't know
him.
Karen had that.
Dude, I didn't know. Well, that was the first time we'd seen her do something. When I
Yeah.
watched it, I was like, dang, Karen. Because the gun was on the table. If I remember correctly, the gun was actually on the table. And so she had to like reach for it or, reach for it and
Chamber.
boom, 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 boom. But I don't know. There's another part of me that thinks that Wes gave it to her out of like calling her bluff, and then she did it anyways. But either way, the fact that she did it was like, shoot. And then this season opens up with her like just straight shadow boxing a dummy, and you're like, when did you start doing all that training? Like, she's kind of lethal now. So I thought that was pretty funny, because she wasn't in season 1 of Born Again at all. She like moved across the country, I think, to like San Diego or San Francisco or something. And then I guess they ended up bringing her back for this season. But
well, if I'm correct too, she's been in the Punisher series too, right?
Yeah.
So
that was actually I watched Punisher before I saw Daredevil,
Yeah.
which Punisher takes place after.
Yeah.
Because season 2 of Punisher is when the ship blows up, and everyone's like, Frank Castle's dead. And then season 1 is him in hiding, and then that's when him and Micro, which is Eben, the guy that plays the Thing and all that. That's when they're together, and so I was confused, but I was like, oh, I just watched it out of order, but I understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, Karen was in Punisher actually a lot too, because you see her in that as the journalist, because she's actually working for she's working for a journalist, and she's finally doing that thing.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of Daredevil, she's kind of like the office secretary, and then you see in Daredevil when she turns into that journalist role. And then in Punisher, that's where it picks up. But yeah, dude, she's pretty tough too.
Yeah, I've been impressed with her, and she's been kind of like she's been a little bit of the voice of reason too, a little bit, and she's like even putting Daredevil in check a little bit, putting Matt into check with certain decisions and ways that he's doing stuff. So
Yeah, and I mean, I know, and because I think at the end of the last episode, when Daredevil brings,
she wasn't happy.
She looked at him. She's like, dude,
she was on the heavy bag. Like,
yeah,
dude,
she was like, what are we doing, dude?
Yeah.
Like, because they were obviously in hiding. They think that. I think they don't. I don't know if they think anything, but they're like, he's missed. Like, Daredevil's missing, and they're wanted, obviously. And I think they even put out a warrant for Matt Murdock, not just Daredevil or something.
Yeah,
if I'm
I
correct.
thought there was some posters.
Yeah, but I think it was just like missing, like Matt Murdock's missing.
Yeah.
And they all got the text when he had the hoodie on and the glasses, and she had the wig on, and they're like, we got to go. So, the fact that he brought Bullseye in there, she's like, dude, we're already in some deep stuff. Like, this is not making it any better.
And that hit squad of his, man, I mean, they're finding people left and right.
Oh, the ABTF?
And so,
vigilante? Yeah. Dude, I want to see that dude just... And I say it every time we watch it. Powell, man, I want to see him just get a bullet, like, not even a bullet in his head, dude. I want to see Bullseye just go nuts on that guy.
Yeah.
He's the main chode with the kind of slicker back hair. He's like the main ABTF guy.
And I swear, man, Matt was just kind of giddy when he was at the apartment by himself and they came in and
dude,
that's
one of the greatest, dude. And there's not a lot of crazy, like, just... I don't know. I don't want to say that. There are good scenes in that show, like in that season. But dude, in that second episode, when they help the guy escape and they break in and he's just right there and they're beating him up, dude. And that was because that was the first show, I think, that was obviously Disney's first run at a Daredevil show. And I was real nervous when I watched it because I was like, dude, is Disney going to Disney this up? Or is it going to be like, are they going to make it gritty and are they going to make it real dark and grounded, like Daredevil, like the Netflix show, dude? When he like bent his arm back and you heard the bone, he like threw him into the ground and then he just let out that scream. I was like, bro, they're not playing around, because that apartment fight scene was nasty.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
I know we go off on these little tangents and I won't, but dude, it always cracks me up. And I've seen reel after reel of people that imitate Daredevil after he gets done with a fight and
he's breathing.
Hey, dude, that stuff owns. And
dude,
there was
so
one guy was just going around doing daily stuff in the house, and he grabbed something out of the fridge. Hey, dude,
yo,
funny stuff.
There's a guy on TikTok that imitates Kingpin, Punisher,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
Daredevil.
I know who you're talking about. Where's the stocking kind of
Yeah,
thing and
yeah.
the white
And
suit?
when he does Kingpin, he curls his knuckles a
Yeah,
lot, dude.
I like this. Yeah, yeah, dude.
Dude,
Vincent D'Onofrio, though, dude, is one of the
he's the
most
GOAT, dude.
incredible
Yeah,
actors of, I'll say it, any generation. He's just phenomenal, dude. He can do anything, and he gets so locked in to his character and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It is so fantastic,
Do you
man.
think and I know this is sudden and you probably don't have like a list or you don't like you'd have to think about it, but would you say he's probably one of the most accurate castings for like a book to screen character? Kind of like in the Marvel super or in the superhero space, like is he what what people would say is like the most perfect casting for that character? Because a lot of people put
Michael Clark Duncan.
who's that?
That's the guy that was in the Affleck Daredevil as Kingpin.
Oh, was he pretty good too?
I think he was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How'd you like Colin Farrell as Bullseye in that?
they had the Psycho down. I wasn't a big fan of the Scar.
Right.
I was really impressed with his skill set, but
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing with any movie with these superheroes, and everything is, because even Daredevil's suit in the original suit in the comics is just long johns with underwear over
Is
the
it
top,
really?
over the front. Really,
Oh.
if you think about it, he had the double D on the front and stuff, but it's all about just that real. So to adapt, if you bring that into the real world and stuff like that, or what we what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
live or movies, I mean, that would just look, it would look ridiculous.
It would look ridiculous.
So I understand the need for tactical looks and what a practical suit would look like in this, in a live type of whatever. But
Right.
it's just super, I don't know, man. It's just kind of funny.
And I'm all for, comic accuracy, and
Yeah.
I understand that, and especially when it comes to maybe like stories and
Yeah.
plots and characters. I get it, but I think, like you said, there are definitely times where it's okay to do things a little different
Yeah.
on screen when it comes to like real actors and not so much animation stuff. Like,
Yeah.
because some things just don't look good.
Colin
in
just
real
had
life.
a trench coat, and
Oh, did he really?
I think he had a beanie covering when he came off the, I can't remember, I can't remember the movie, how he got to where, but he just had like a beanie on and a trench coat and stuff like that.
Really?
And yeah. But like I said, his skill set in that movie is
Good.
awesome.
Really?
Yeah. So, but
do you think, like I was saying about things that, like it's cool to kind of do things different with suits that aren't, live action versus animated. Do you think white eyes, like how they did like Wolverine and Daredevil and or Deadpool and Wolverine, do you think like white eyes look good in like in a live action sense, or do you think it's like I don't know, like kind of doing too much? I think Wolverine looked pretty good in terms of what he was given for his, for that in the movie.
yeah.
Because I think he would have looked, and we don't know because we didn't see it, but I feel like he would have looked weird if they gave him his
pupils. If you saw pupils,
Yeah.
Same with Deadpool, and even you see the Batman, and you see a lot of the cowl, the things, the masks that cover the eyes, or supposed they have like eye black and stuff behind them, because they don't. You wouldn't be able to see nothing. That thing would be slipping down and
That's
all that.
true.
If you had accurate, ocular shaped eyelets without just for your regular normal eyes, dude, that thing would be you wouldn't be able to see squat.
That's true. Yeah.
So you look at all the cowls and everything, they're all cut out a little bit different. They're all cut out bigger swatches of material out so that they can, and then they wear the eye black to kind of give them a little bit of whatever. So, I think what they did with the white, like even on Deadpool and all that kind of stuff. And that's what I think about even the costume. There's so much when these guys are dressed up, and Deadpool, and Spidey is a huge, I mean, you still have to have the emotions and you still have to have the facial gestures.
Right.
And so that's why you see sometimes the way in the books and the drawing, and the art that the eyebrows and like the, the raised eyebrows or like the confused eyebrows, things like that. So that's why I'm a little on the fence when it came to the moving eyes.
with
for
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
and
I
all
mean,
that. Yeah.
what? There's no use. There was no
Right.
tactical use for it anyway.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's okay to deviate a little bit. I'd rather them deviate suits than deviate power sets. That's what always irks me about certain,
I agree.
like the mutants and stuff like that. Whenever we talk about that, but
yeah,
Bryan Singer had a way of combining like 20 different mutants into one, and stuff like that. I wasn't a big fan of that, but
yeah, that was good Marvel talk. So I saw Rogue One. I don't know if you remember anything about it.
Oh yeah.
Do you? I don't know. Oh well, you did rewatch it
because I just rewatched it.
Because and now you FaceTime when you were showing me that that character.
All right, guys. I need everybody and anybody to tell me that Walrus Man exists.
Walrus Man's not a real character.
Walrus Man exists. I had the toy. He had blue leggings and an orange kind of turtleneck, sleeveless or something like that. And he had a face that looked like, we can't describe it, and I can't say it on the
on the pod.
But Walrus Man exists.
That's been we'll get into that some other time. That's been like an ongoing joke for like literally 15 years. Is that Walrus Man is not real? But in all seriousness though, like why was his head huge in Rogue One?
Well,
it was like, dude, it was literally like mascot head size. It was massive.
When I'm going to watch New Hope again here soon because my wife is starting to watch them, and we watched Rogue One, and now she's watching.
What was that out there that y'all were? Was that Phantom Menace? Okay.
So we're going in the, I guess what they call the linear list, basically the numerical count. So, But when we get to 4, then we'll go ahead and I'm going to really pay attention to the cantina scene.
Yeah.
Because again, Walrus Man is with that guy that looks like he took a grenade to the face, and didn't put a good Band-Aid on it. Yeah. And so we'll see. Yeah. But that was a big old head on it was Rogue massive. One.
But yeah, Rogue One was good. I honestly, it has a pretty slow start, and there's a lot of back and forth with characters, and I don't know, there was just a lot going on within the first like 30 minutes, but like once they get to that when they got to the planet, it was like Udi or Udu or something like that, where
the town was, and
where Galen dies, like when Andor and Jin and Bodhi, when they all get to there, and then they
You mean the island?
No, this is like a dark. It was like the dark planet where it was like raining.
Oh yes, the rain and stuff trying to get there.
He gets up there and he's about to take the shot, and so anyways, but once it hit that point, bro, it was like up, and so I was like, oh shoot, like Galen died, and dude, like, and Jen had no idea that her dad was still alive. So they go to the planet because they're like, oh, my dad's there. And then she gets there, and the first time she sees him, it's holding him as he dies. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, that is, I couldn't imagine. Like, that's insane. But from then on, I was like hooked, and I was like, okay, this is insane. And then the last 45 minutes is just like a war movie, like a sci-fi war movie, because that's when they're on the island planet thing where the Star Destroyer is, and they got through the gate and they get down there, and that's when they went to go get the plans. But yeah, that whole last 30 minutes was just sci-fi Hacksaw Ridge, because all the troops are coming out, and they almost have like camouflage, and like they look like real army troops, and they're blasting troopers and all that. So, but I mean, it was good, and I know I'm rewatching all these, but even though I've seen some before, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air to like not always expect lightsaber battles, and like not, it's just different, and obviously all the characters died by the end because that movie takes place right before A New Hope, so like all these characters are dead. And then I guess Andor the show takes place right before Rogue One, so so the ending was everyone died, but they got the plans. Dude, that Darth Vader hallway scene, we were talking about it today, dude, that was so tough, dude.
Yeah, it was good. And when they were trying to shut the door, there was some type of talk thinking that it was Vader using the Force to keep the door from opening, but I don't know. I mean, because there was nothing wrong with the ship. Yeah. So it was just a junky ship that they couldn't open the door or something, but I don't know. Yeah. But it does. That's to me, irrelevant. But it was still. That's a great scene. Yeah. And that's probably the most closest as far as timeline goes from one movie to the next, because the minute that ship dropped off, the blockade runner dropped off after, released itself.
Right.
That takes, that goes right
Right
into
in New
New Hope.
Hope.
Right into New Hope,
Yeah.
because he catches up with her, and man, the rest is history.
But you told me though, you told me to watch Phantom Menace next week. So
Yeah, I
you
mean,
told me to watch
again,
that next, right? Or
that's because you're gonna see the whole creation Vader and all that stuff, So yeah, I mean,
and that scene too when what's his name, Krennic or something, and one of the troopers on the ship or whatever, he walks down there to talk to Vader, and then when you see the thing open up and you just see Vader's silhouette,
yeah,
dude, because I didn't know Vader was in it. No one told me, and I kind of went into it blind. But dude, when I saw, well, he was like one of the guys or troops went up while he was in that
the back to tank, yeah, he was
the
in that
tank,
tank,
and they're
yeah.
like they said
He was in his hot tub.
they said something, Lord Vader or something. And I was like, wait a minute, is Vader in this? And then when they showed him and the thing opened up and you just see the in the cape, I was like, oh my gosh, dude, he looks so good. It was so cool. But I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was really good. I'm curious to see what the rest are about. I mean, just because I'm starting to actually now as an adult seeing them, I look at them differently, and I think about them differently than versus when I was watching them when I was 8, 10, 12 years old. Because even when we saw Revenge of the Sith last year, we saw that because you and I went for the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, and I thought it was good.
Yeah.
There are, I mean, and I hate that I see people express their opinions with problems on movies before I see it, because I'm automatically going into it like waiting to see these problems. Because I do agree, like there was, and maybe I'll change my mind when I see the rest of the movies on Vader's lead up, on Anakin's character arc and all that. But like, I felt like Revenge of the Sith was just like his it was just so rushed, I guess, and it felt rushed once I like started watching it with the council and everything, and him becoming Vader was just so fast from the beginning of the movie to the end. And I need to see the rest of them to really like make that opinion on his character arc. But
well, and I think a really important thing too is Clone Wars in the middle of that, because okay, so you got Rogue One that goes right into New Hope, and then if you get back to 1, 2, and 3, if you look at 1, a little Annie, little kid, all that good stuff at the end of the movie, you see him already in his Padawan outfit and stuff with Obi-Wan and all that, everything. So he's starting his training.
Right.
When they did that, obviously there's a certain amount of time that he's already started his training, because I think he's even got maybe the start of his little braid, I know that there's significance to that. So you go, what would you say his age was? Was he maybe even barely double digits, or he was maybe 9 or 10?
Yeah.
So then we go into we go into Clone Wars, and this dude's already seen chaos.
Right.
And he's already been through it.
Right.
And he, or I don't want to say that, but he's been through his training, because he's probably maybe 16, 17.
Yeah, I still got to watch it. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, we could talk about that when you watch them. We'll talk about that, because I think when you're talking about character arc and all of that, I mean, you got the movies, but dude, Clone Wars has shown us all these different shows show us what's going on the years in between, because there's definitely between Clone Wars and Phantom Menace, man, there's been a number of years,
Yeah, the Star Wars timeline is just kind of all over the place with how they release movies and how they released them. I mean, it's just, because like I was saying, we were talking about it the other day with the different orders that people tell newcomers to watch it in. 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6. Like, I mean, just a bunch of crazy ways that people recommend you watch these movies, and it's just like, dude, is there like a correct way to watch them, or is it just like watch them in order? Because I think you're a numerical.
I'm an order. I'm just an order guy.
Yeah, you're a numerical guy or an order guy.
Because I want to see, and that's why, again, some of the stuff that's going on in between, because, here we go. Anakin's got a scar. Now they did the whole Asajj Ventress thing different on that Jendi Tartakovsky, the mini show of
that we were watching the
Clone Wars. Yeah. But, she actually gave him that scar from what I understand.
Oh,
so canon was that Asajj gave him that scar, but you know, I mean, again, there's all of this, you know, yeah, we get to see the hand chopped off by Dooku and
Mhm.
things like that, but
There's a lot of off-screen stuff too
so
that I
much
think they
stuff,
bring
man.
up that isn't put to screen, and it's like
Yeah.
you got to pay attention, and or you know they'll make remarks about things that didn't necessarily happen on screen.
Yeah.
That's you know canon or whatever,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
so there's a lot of stuff that goes into that.
Well, and one other thing too is I think that it's, you know, I think they did do a good job. I do have an agreement with you that maybe they could have, I don't know, there could be maybe a little bit more, but that's again where I'm saying that in between stuff because dude, all Anakin got was just handed a crap sandwich of life,
Oh,
man.
really?
You know, watching his mom, you know, you like I said, when you watch all this, he has been just, you know, for all the skill that he has, let alone the Sith and the manipulation from, you
Right.
know, Palpatine and all of that. I mean, this guy has just been undercover, just getting molded more and more
Right.
for, you know, but there's no denying his skill and stuff. And I think that there's reasoning, but I mean, again, I don't know, maybe it was something to where, you know, there could have been a little bit more built into how
Right.
he became what he became and stuff. I don't know. Anyway,
I'm gonna double check. All right, this one's fun. We're gonna do the blind ranking to finish off the episode.
sure.
I wrote down two of them. I wrote down a list for me, and I wrote down a list for you. Um, I'll go first because I
Okay.
know, and then once I go, you'll kind of see how it goes. And if you want, you could pull up on your phone like superhero suits. We're gonna be doing Marvel. We're only gonna do Marvel, but we're gonna do like Marvel superhero suits.
Okay.
So and I know you probably have like 50 in your mind, but I'm just saying if you want to pick a a
Now, is
set of
this
10.
Marvel? Is this books and MCU?
We could do. I mean, because I don't
What's our parameters?
like specific Spider-Man suits, Iron Man suits, just any Marvel. Not even. I don't mean superhero. I mean Marvel suits in general. Villain, superhero, you name it. Whatever suit you can think of.
Okay, so just Marvel wide.
Yeah, Marvel suits. Yeah.
Okay.
So I know there's a lot to pick from. I know you can go on your phone and look some up if you need to, but I'll start. So if you want to give me one, and I will tell you like where I rank it and stuff, and then I'll do you next.
Oh, you want me to give you a character?
Yeah, just give me a suit, and I'll tell you where I put it. And I can't change it. Like once I write it down, like I can't change it. That's the part. So like once it's there, then we'll see where the list is and what it is. And it's either gonna be it's either gonna be terrible or it's either gonna be meh.
Do you want me to go really off? So if you want to, I mean, are you looking them up too?
No, I'm using my
well,
phone, so
obviously you're using
kind of
your
just
phone.
whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I could pull it up and show you if you want. I mean, okay, so I guess. Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
I should have thought about this while we were, you know, at least doing a little bit.
And it could just be the basic stuff that we see in the movies and stuff. Like it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could just be, name a specific Spider-Man or, like I said, Iron Man or any kind of Marvel character you can think of that we've seen on screen,
Okay, so on screen.
Yeah, anything that we've seen on screen.
I got you.
Yeah.
Now, if I say a character, do I need to say if it's from a movie, like movie Doc Ock or something like that? Or
yeah, you could do that too. Or like
SP2?
the Sony, like the TASM movies or the Toby movies in terms of the Spider-Man. Like you could be specific because even though that isn't like MCU canon, it's still Spider-Man regardless. So yeah, whatever you pick.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Okay. How about oh man, dude. Golly. I'm already drawing a hefty blank.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think.
Yeah, just scan the room if you have to.
I know, dude.
I mean, I'm sure you can see something.
I know it.
Or just watch anything on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't but I don't want to just hit the absolute, some of the obvious ones that I've had,
Right.
Multiple. Okay. Okay, we might as well do this. First Avenger, Captain America suit.
The pajamas or
no, not pajamas. His actual tactical. Yeah, his regular.
The first Avengers one.
Yeah, the first. No, not first Avengers. The movie was
the movie.
Yeah.
The movie.
Captain America 1.
Oh,
yeah, his final suit.
Oh, I don't know. Pull it up real quick, because he's one of those ones. He's had a new suit for every movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
All right.
Yeah, look. Okay, I thought you meant like the. I thought you meant the Avengers movie, the first Avengers movie
Yeah. Oh
soon.
yeah. No. No.
Because isn't that your
Yeah.
favorite one?
What, dude?
Dude, that's so funny.
Yeah, that.
Uh,
You got to admit, dude, that brown leather, that's tough.
I mean, I'll go 5.
Okay.
All right. All right. So it stays at 5, and then
Okay.
can't change it. So then pick a different one.
Oh,
Yeah, you keep
I thought we
going.
go
Yeah,
back and
no,
forth.
no, no.
I
You
thought
keep
we were going
going.
back and
You keep
forth.
going.
Okay. How about now? Can this be books as well?
Sure, but if I don't know it, you might have to like kind of educate me and pull it up and show me. But I mean, I might
Okay.
know. I might know.
Okay, let's do a bad guy.
Mhm.
Have you ever? Well, man, dude, I can't believe for all the ones that I know. Okay, Green Goblin from
From Toby's movies.
Toby one.
Toby one.
Green Goblin.
Dude, it's so good.
I mean,
I think it's so tough. Maybe that's just the nostalgia bait, and it's the iconic.
I could have
aspect
swore
of it.
they were thinking about doing the hoodie thing and stuff and having the kind of like the cloth and stuff,
Yeah.
which I really would have liked.
I don't know what you're gonna give me later. I don't want to go too high. I'm gonna go 4.
Oh man, you're crazy.
I'm gonna go 4. Why? All right, give me another one.
Dude.
What do you mean?
I can't.
All right, just keep going.
Okay. How about let's see here.
I'm already cooking for you, bro. Like I'm already cooking for you.
Man. I don't want to do that one. Shoot.
Why? No, do anything,
dude, because that's the worst. Well, it's not the worst, but I mean, it's so bland. Okay. How about now? Is this just Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
that's
just
what I
Marvel.
thought. Yeah, I figured. Okay. How about
Dude, there's so many. How are you blanking?
I know, man. Because I want to get somebody that's halfway decent that I don't know. Really, we should have narrowed it down maybe to heroes, or I don't know. We can. I mean,
But I know. I mean, I've seen
Yeah.
villains too.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people.
yeah, no doubt.
You got to think. I think you're just thinking too like surface level.
Yeah,
Think like outside of just MCU. I mean, like I said, there's different Spider-Man movies. We've seen different villains in all those movies. We've seen different villains for the Iron Man movie, for Captain America. Like there's so many.
Okay, well, how about? Oh yeah, shoot fire. Instead of that one, I should have done the other.
Just give me another one. Just
Cap-
yeah.
No,
Except
no,
Captain America.
All right, Blade 1. Blade's outfit
Is that like
from the first Blade
right? Is that
movie.
like black trench coat?
Yeah, and slacks
Are they pleated?
probably.
Blade 1.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think because I know I've seen which I need to go back and rewatch those too. His movies like pretty much saved Marvel.
Yes, it did.
Did you know? I didn't know
Yes,
that
it
till
did.
like I think like last year I saw someone talk about it and apparently it like literally saved Marvel. And I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
Let me see what it looks like.
You can't really. Let me see if you can. Let me get to that here. I'm trying to get. Yeah,
With the chest plate like that or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
that's a dumb one, I think. But
it's just it kind of just seems simple.
yeah,
6? Well, yeah, I mean I feel like you could come up with things worse than that though, because it's not like awful.
You want me to come up with bad ones?
That's the point. Like I have to go 1 being the best, 10 being the worst. Like you got to come up with some that.
Oh,
are,
dude, I mean, I can give you 20. I can give
that's
you
the whole
a
thing.
number 20 right
good,
now.
good, bad, good, bad.
yeah.
So hold on, I'll do 7. Because you could give me something better than that. So I'll put Blade at 7.
But it's pretty good for Blade, I guess. I don't know.
Well, and it was the first one, right? So I mean,
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I like that better than the way they made him in Daredevil or Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah.
Do you remember what he looked like in that? In Deadpool Wolverine, like he didn't have any jacket or anything. He was kind of just like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I didn't really like that.
He was older, but
yeah. I mean,
you know,
it's Wesley Snipes though.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT. But I think that looks better.
Yeah. Wolverine Deadpool, the Wolverine suit with sleeves.
With sleeves? So straight NASCAR? Straight NASCAR driver?
Mm-hmm.
6. I knew you would give me something a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Daredevil Gold and Brown from She-Hulk.
Oh, 10.
You don't like it?
I'm just kidding. Dude, I screwed myself though. I screwed myself bad. Because I don't think it'll be well. I mean, it's nice, but I feel like it's just more iconic, and I feel like it's more iconic than it is like the way it looks though.
Yeah.
I think it looks good, but yeah, I'll do. Oh my god, I'm gonna do 3. Yeah, that screwed me. But I still have 1, 2, 8, 9, and 10.
I'll tell you a really good one. And I think it looked fantastic. Captain Carter from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse.
Captain Carter?
Yeah. When she got the super soldier serum instead
of.
of.
I'm gonna put that 8.
It's a good one. That Union Jack on
it.
the
I mean, it
shield
is good, but I think
and
I
on her
screwed
chest.
myself. I think you're gonna end up giving me a 1 and 2 that's better. I hope, because right now I have 1, 2, 9, and 10. So I gotta have something. I gotta have 2 that are like,
Yeah.
But you gotta make it difficult for me though. Like you gotta make it hard.
The first movie. Oh man, that's too good. That might be the most perfect suit. First Deadpool suit. The first movie. Because it's sure enough better than the second movie.
He has the same one in the second movie.
No, it's got some stupid looking. Yeah.
Does it really? Oh, well, I know the red in the third one's different. He's more brighter in the third one. I guess I'll go 1. Because depending on the 2, they could probably interchange. Unless you just give me something clearly better, and then it's gonna be bad. But,
Well, I think one of the the Moon Knight suit from the Moon Knight series.
Oh, he does look tough. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that is hard. All right, 2 more. You gotta give me 2 more.
Okay, hold on here. Let me see if I can get some brain trigger in here. I'm
gonna hit you with some, dude. It's gonna be funny.
Let's see here. I mean, you still got.
I got 9 and 10.
Yeah, so you've got.
I screwed myself.
Should I give you bad ones and see which one is worse? I'm going to give you a bad one and then see which one you think is 9 and 10. I'm going to think of another bad one.
Okay.
The Miles Teller.
Fan4 stick.
The Reed Richards suit.
Oh gosh, dude, that's bad. But I don't.
Super bad.
That's really bad.
Yeah.
But I feel like you'll give me something worse. All right.
Have you seen that suit before with all the little?
Yeah.
All the little stretchy stuff and everything. Yeah.
Him as Reed Richards is just ridiculous. All right, one more. I didn't tell you what I put this one, so maybe we need to do that next time. Where I just don't even tell you where I put it, and I just save it until the end. That might be better.
So you need me to.
Yeah, I got one more.
All right. Shoot fire, man. How about? Oh, goodness gracious, man. I don't know, man. Shoot, dude.
Just think of something. Just say anything. My list is screwed already. You can give me literally anything. Actually, I don't know. Might not.
Okay, yeah, you can put the yeah, I mean you don't have any more spots really, but I mean the Wolverine first X-Men suit
Oh, is that is that like the black leather suit?
with like just pants all the way down, I mean no tactical cuff or anything like that.
Is that the
dude.
Gimp suit?
Yeah.
Is that the one?
It's pretty much, man.
What is that just Xbox or Xbox? Is that X-Men like X-Men from like
Bryan Singer, the first X-Men. Yeah.
like
Bryan
2002
Singer.
or something or something. It was like
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wolverine. X-Men. I'll just put X-Men one. All right. Deadpool, Moon Knight, Daredevil, the golden brown suit, Green Goblin, Cap, Wolverine with sleeves, Blade, Captain Carter, Miles Teller, and then Wolverine from X-Men one. That's not terrible.
Hmm.
I think the only one I would probably switch is I don't know. Why'd you freak out about Green Goblin? You think that's terrible?
I just didn't like it.
You didn't
much.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know they had to do something different than giving him a unitard with a hood,
all right.
and
The hat and all that.
Hat. You know, Green Goblin has. I mean, yeah, I know that it's a mask and stuff like that, but I still would take that over Ultimate, which is just a gigantic, literal, demon-looking monster.
Right.
Stupid, like
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
all right, you're up.
So you can't. Okay, so
I'm giving you a suit. I'm giving you a costume. I'm giving you a hero villain suit, and you just got to pick 1 through 10 where it's gonna go. And once I write it down, you cannot change it.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's. I'm gonna start you off with a banger. The Thing from Fan 4 Stick.
From where?
The Thing from Miles Teller's Fantastic Four.
Oh, dude, 10.
Really? Off rip?
Off rip.
Off rip? Okay.
No, you know what? I'll even give it credit. 9.
9? Okay.
Yeah, the big walking turd.
Yeah, you've always said that. All right. In-game Thanos with the helmet and his like sword and his armor and all that. In-game Thanos from like the very end fight scene.
Yeah, 8.
Really? You weren't a fan of that?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. Let's do Fantastic Four Doctor Doom.
Which one?
From that Fantastic Four. From the Chris Evans and wasn't that Chris Evans
ones?
and yeah.
I would probably do 7.
7? Okay.
Yeah, it's lame.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Iron Man Mark II. So the red and silver. Like from the Iron Man 2, from the suit, the briefcase suit up. Which one? Where do you put that?
Oh man,
when they're on the racetrack and Whiplash comes out.
5.
5? Okay. Okay.
That's the Mark II, I guess it is.
Yeah, it's Mark II. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Ant-Man suit.
From which one? I guess they're pretty much the same.
I think it's all the same. Yeah.
I still got 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.
6. Okay. Okay. Let's do Toby Spider-Man. Not symbiote. His normal one from the first 3.
4.
Okay.
I think the 3D webbing was okay.
Really? Dude, I
Yeah.
love the 3D webbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it adds more detail and like touch to it. Like it looks like
Yeah.
it just looks good. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, I get it.
You like screen printed like webbing that you can't feel?
Well, and you
Or
know what? You never really truly know until you get a live action of what it is,
that's
you know,
true.
if there is, because, you know, even probably it was 3D to a certain, even maybe, uh, I think Holland's was more.
His homecoming suit and the Tony Stark suits were like
Yeah.
they weren't 3D, they were just flat.
Yeah. Anyway.
And you could really I don't know if you could really even see the webbing that well. Okay. All right. All right. This is where it's going to get tough. Let's do I'm about to screw you over. We'll do Ed Norton's Hulk. You got 1, 2, 3, and 10.
10.
No way.
I'll do 10. Yeah.
Oh
do
my
10.
gosh. I'm about
Yeah.
to screw you over so bad. Okay.
He looked like the Savage Hulk, or not, something like that.
You prefer Mark Ruffalo's Hulk version over his?
Yeah.
Or you think so? Let's do Thor's suit, but when he has like the black, like almost carbon fiber looking sleeves, like the long sleeve suit.
No, 3.
3.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I think it's kind of good.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I do like the sleeveless because that was a lot of the
I think the sleeveless is better because it
yeah.
shows how just jacked he is. You know. Let's do.
I wish they'd done more with the helmet though too. I do like the helmet.
Oh really?
I like the winged helmet and stuff. Yeah, but what do you do?
Brown and yellow Wolverine.
Oh, 2 easily. Yeah,
You know you only have
I know
one or
it.
two left.
I know it. But I don't know how this is. I don't. Yeah.
So you for sure you want to go 2, or do you want to go 1 with brown and gold? You have no idea what I'm going to give you next, so you got to pick wisely here.
Yeah. No 1.
1.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, are you talking about from the Wolverine movie, or are you just talking about overall?
Overall, like
Yeah.
Ultimate Spider-Man, brown and yellow, like how good that looked.
Yeah. Oh, the cartoon.
Yeah, from Ultimate
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
I loved him. I loved the way they did him and stuff because he'd be cracking on how he smelled and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That was funny. I'm not even lying, dude. I had this one planned from the jump, and it's gonna go at number 2. You know what it is?
What,
Avengers 1, Captain America.
dude?
All right, this is your list.
You know what would be almost fun? Oh, go ahead.
Your list is Wolverine, brown and yellow, Avengers Cap at
Dude.
2, Thor long sleeve, Toby Spider-Man, Iron Man Mark II, Ant-Man, Doctor Doom Thanos, The Thing from Fantastic Four, the Fan Four Stick, and then Ed Norton Hulk. What would you change out of that? Is that bad? Like, do you think that's pretty bad for you? Like, or what would you change?
I'd put at least I'd take Norton's Hulk over.
Yeah, you'd probably move everything up and just put
pajamas.
Cap at the
Yeah,
bottom.
dude.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
You know what would be almost fun is to come up with a slew of characters, put them in a hat,
Mhm.
and then we draw. That would be cool.
And do what?
Like if you do your list and
Mhm.
I reach into a whatever.
Oh,
and
that
pull
would be
out
cool too.
Elektra from Affleck Daredevil.
Right.
You know,
that
and
would
then
be
you
cool.
can look it up. So you want to talk about blind drawing?
That
dude.
is good too. We need
That'd
to do
be
that next
good.
time.
Yeah,
and then we
need
could
to
do that too. It doesn't have to be suits. We could do that with just characters in general of our opinions of how we even like the characters. So like it could be like, we pulled Daredevil, and it's like I'm not a fan of his character. 7 or I love Daredevil, so 2. So we could do suits again. We could do that. We definitely do DC again.
Yeah.
We could do DC another time, and
Yeah.
Star Wars. There's so many things. I love doing these. I've never done one of these before, but I see other people doing them. Like, dude, this is so much fun.
Dude,
To
you
like,
could do a whole list on probably Superman suits and Batman suits if
right?
you
Yeah, if you really
really,
wanted to.
really wanted to get funky with
Yeah.
it.
I was about to say something too. Dadgummit. Yeah, I'm not mad about my list, but yeah, that was pretty much that's gonna be the end of the first episode.
All right.
Dude, that was so much fun. And also too, I don't want to only do this stuff. I love talking about superheroes, but I think you and I me and my dad go see movies like all the time. So like when new stuff comes out,
we'll do some
we
movie
need
reviews.
we need to go review and like see like the movies that we think are gonna bang.
Yeah.
And even if they don't, we go see something that's bad. We could just be honest about it, talk about how we didn't enjoy it because of this, and this, and we'll definitely have more segments. I got a lot more segments written down in my notes on my phone. That we can do, but this was just kind of a episode 1.
Yeah,
just figuring it out.
Yeah, we've always had some fun too with like horror movies and stuff like our Insidious and all that, dude. We can really have a good run.
And we'll definitely do, because I even texted them earlier this week or last week, and I said, get your top 10 MCU movies ready, because I don't know if we'll do it this week or next week, but there will come a time where we'll just go ahead and we'll give our top 10 of our favorite MCU movies and why we like them and stuff like that, just to see how different or how similar our lists are, because I know that's going to be fun to hear both perspectives of why we like the certain MCU movies in certain orders and stuff. But yeah, we'll definitely do movie lists, especially when I'm finished with Star Wars. I'm stoked to give my opinion on that and what which movies I like versus which ones he liked and stuff. And I've been seeing a bunch of stuff online of other people's rankings, and I'm just, I don't know, I'm excited to watch more movies.
We got to get you on Invincible, man.
Yeah, I do want to watch that. A lot of people talk about that. The people say it's like one of the best shows of like our generation. Like
that,
they say,
and The Boys for that matter.
I've heard The Boys is good too. Man, I don't know, and I know it's probably super good, but like, it's just, God, it's graphic, dude. And I can do things to an extent, but like, dude, like the first episode I ever saw, not even episode, the first scene I ever saw was the scene of the dude, the small dude in the small dude in the dude's wiener, and then he blew up, dude. Yeah. I literally, that was my first impression of the show, and I was like, no idea if I can watch
dude,
this.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
But no, we'll do that too, because I love hearing you talk about things I haven't seen. So like next week, maybe we could talk about, because I'm assuming you've been watching season 5 of The Boys.
Yeah.
So next week I want to get your opinion on that, and even Invincible too. I want to hear how both of them are, because I know for a fact I'll watch Invincible at some point.
Yeah.
Because it does look really good and it has great reviews. But yeah, so a lot more stuff. A lot more stuff to talk about. A lot more movies to see and review. But yeah, episode 1.
Good
Pretty
stuff.
fun. That was fun.
Good stuff.
I gotta break all this down. That was fun.